Okay, now that you should have your data in the Teal Resume Builder, let me explain the organization of the interface and the concepts behind the platform. So on the left is your data. Typically, every mode can kind of change it, but at its core, the Teal Resume Builder is running on the idea of a base resume or a career history. Think of it as everything you've ever done, where typically you need to make the resume that is sort of conflating curation and creation. We've decoupled those things. We want you to put everything you've ever done because you're going to leverage that throughout the entirety of your career and in the Teal platform. So you want to put everything you have on the left as exhaustively as you can. And then typically on the right, it's sort of how that data is being transformed or presented back to you. So that's what you see here in the first mode, which is the preview mode, or really the content editing mode. You have these individual sections that you can click on the titles to expand. We do store and save that for you. Most often, if there's an action for that section, there's little links right below that. And so see if you want to add a target title or add a professional summary, work experience if you want to add it. There's things like sort by date. So always look to that submenu for additional actions. So this little icon allows me to collapse all my companies. Education, again, sorting by date, certifications, awards and scholarships. And then skills kind of operates on its own. You can add categories that you can group them in. Again, I will do a deep dive on skills in particular. And then this is some management. But always look for under the heading, a little bar that gives you some sub actions you can do. And that's how you manage the content. Then across the top, you have your different modes. Design mode is where you can change the presentation and layout and visuals of your resume. Again, each of these will have their own. Now over here, we take the left to manage content, and you can see you have some sub-tooling, and then again, these sections that you can expand and collapse if you need to move around, but you can go to manage your sections, your settings, your advanced. But really, we always try to kind of like nest ideas to not have too much, can result in it being a little overwhelming, but what we're trying to do is guide you down a few steps. Then you have your analysis mode, which is going to guide you through ways to better your resume. You've got job matching, which is where you can connect a job to a resume to do matching and tailoring. You've got the cover letter mode, which is where you can make cover letters per job you're applying to. And then guidance is generally best practices for the action you're doing. So as an example, if I'm adding a resume bullet, it's going to try to give me guidance on how to make a resume bullet. And there may even be some sub things, sub actions you can do. So we use tabbing a lot in the interface. So look out for the tabbing in ways that you can navigate down below. And we'll go deep into how to make bullets and stuff like that. This is really an overview of the interface. And then over here in the top right, you have your ability to export, which I'll make a video on that. And then the menu. You can import again, you can duplicate this resume, delete this resume. If you want to redo the quick tour or go back to your resumes, you can do that. Or you can click here on this little icon and it'll take you back to your list of resumes. And this is your resume builder home. This is where you see all the resumes you've made, which are versions of your career history. So if I take this particular resume, and what we'll do here for demonstration purposes is I'll turn off 2 of these bullets. This is down to 1 bullet. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this resume. 2 bullets are turned off. It knows it, but now I can turn those on. And if I go back to my resumes and go to the original, those stay off. And so what that allows me to do is do presentations or views of my career history. There's far more advanced things you can do with versioning and things like that, but I wanted to explain the concepts of the underlying interface and some of the things you can do, so now you can manage multiple versions of your resume without needing to go back and edit different documents and do these destructive procedures on your data. All right, so that's the Teal Resume Builder interface, and that's how you can get around. If you have any questions, let us know.